Tompkins Family History. Many years ago, Maurice Tompkins and his family lived on the brink of the Yazoo River. There, he provided his family with the necessities of life by farming and raising fruits and vegetables. His wife, Maggie Waits Tompkins, operated a store, but could neither read nor write. Nonetheless, she kept records of her accounts by tying knots in a long string representing the amount of money that was charged to each customer. This practice was very successful. Many morning, the Tompkins family was awakened by the music of the riverboats. The boats cruised down the river from Vicksburg to what is now Greenwood, Mississippi, to deliver freight. Realizing that Maurice was becoming quite an independent man, the white landowners refused to continue to rent land to him. They wanted him to work as a sharecropper, which he refused to do. As a result of that decision, he decided to move his family to another location. He acquired land and became a successful farmer. After a great deal of unsuccessful searching to find land with a house, the Tompkins family decided to take all of the money that they had earned and build a house on vacant land. In the year 1915, they bought a lot in what is now Morgan City, Mississippi, and had a house built. Maurice Tompkins continued to farm after he moved to Morgan City, Mississippi. He farmed on a plot of land that was called Last Chance. It was called Last Chance because it was the only spot of land left that had been prepped for farming. Marguerite helped with the farming until her father decided to give it up. He then cleared the land and for many years thereafter leased it to others for farming. The house stands on the same lot today, which was the home of Marguerite Zanders Martin, Maurice and Maggie Tompkins' youngest daughter. A U.S. census taken June 13, 1900s, most likely details the home Maurice and Maggie rented before moving to Last Chance. On the census, the area is simply titled Beat 5, LaFleur County, Mississippi. According to this census, Maurice and Maggie had been married 25 years in 1875, and 10 of their 11 children were living. Aunt Marguerite once reported that her parents had 17 children, of which 10 survived. The two shared a home with Maurice's mother, Liza, who was 65 years old, date of birth, January 1835, and widowed. 6 of their children, Lizzie, Sally, John, Mary, Damon, and Ethel, a 5-year-old female cousin with the last name of Nix. Her first name is not clear, but appears to be Lena, and a boarder named Henry Joins, or Lovings. At the time the survey was taken, Maurice was 43 years old and Maggie was 40. Other records of the couple show slight variances in their ages, but it can't be assumed that there were 4 years age difference between the two. A closer look at this record tells us that Maurice and Maggie's eldest son, Willie, lived nearby with his wife Minnie and their 3 children, Henry, Maggie, and Maurice. 10 years later, a 1910 U.S. Census taken April 28 shows Maurice 52 and Maggie 48, sharing their home with 5 others, John, Damon, Ethel, Maggie, and 4-year-old granddaughter with the last name Qualls. Her first name looked like it could be Jenny. Willie and Minnie are shown still living in the neighborhood, while Sally Qualls and Liza Qualls and her 3-year-old son, named unclear, can be found living with the widowed Corinne Gay and her 3 children, Ida, Will, and Elizabeth, in Greenwood City, Mississippi. U.S. Census, April 23, 1910. Another 10 years shows Maurice and Maggie, 63 and 58, respectively owning their home in Morgan City Village, Mississippi. We can assume that this is the home Aunt Marguerite wrote about. After 5 years of living in this house, Maurice and Maggie were finally living alone. It is this 1920 census that informs us of Maurice being born in Alabama and his parents being from South Carolina. Maggie and her parents were noted as all being born in Mississippi. It should be noted that Maggie is from a long line of Waits that still have roots in the Mississippi Delta. The 1930 census taken in April shows Maurice and Maggie still living alone in their Morgan City home valued at $1,000. This is the home Marguerite lived until her death in 2003. Now let's continue so we can learn more about the Tompkins family history.